McCallum moved to Roanoke several years ago, we ended up being on the Friends of the Roanoke County Public Library Board together. And Ann came from Northern Virginia, and she knew all about reads. And she really wanted to do one in Roanoke. And so we got the Friends of the Roanoke County Library to support us, to actually be our main sponsor. And we just got to work and started trying to figure out how to have one. We were really lucky. A lot of things just kind of fell into place initially, although Ann and I both did tons of research as to what other communities had done. But we hooked up with the Big Read in Virginia, which was based in Charlottesville, and they kind of took us under their wing. So we read the book that they were reading, and that was A Lesson Before Dying by Ernest Gaines. We had about 20 events based on the book, discussions about capital punishment, some race, literary aspects of the book, that kind of thing. So it was very exciting, and we felt like it was a success.
I was brought on board for the 2010, the inaugural read as events chair after Lucy and Ann sort of birthed the idea, and have been involved from the very beginning. It's an effort for us to bridge different parts and segments of our community, ages, race, gender, through the reading of one common book.
Our second book was very different. It was nonfiction. It was Outcasts United by Warren St. John, and it was about a refugee community in Georgia, right outside of Atlanta. So we really got into the issue of refugees, and we knew that we had a large refugee population in Roanoke. Warren St. John came to town. Hollins brought him. Hollins was one of our partners.
I was assigned schools and colleges, and we found when we were counting afterwards to see how many books were read, that there were approximately 4,000 children read the book. So it was a huge undertaking, and the schools were marvelously cooperative.
The book sort of dictates where we go with this. The idea is that an entire community will read the same book and come together for events, discussions, looking at the book through all types of lenses. Because of our interest in the arts, I think the three of us have tended to look at each book and let the themes dictate the events. The book that we did most recently in 2011 was about a refugee soccer team. And being that Roanoke is a refugee resettlement area, we were able to highlight that to the rest of the community. If you had asked me to choose a book where we could have a former child soldier from Africa turned hip-hop star speak, about the same book where we had a disenfranchised Jordanian heiress turned soccer coach speak, it would have been impossible. But the way the books lead us down this path, and the people in the community that offer up connections that enrich our events, it's just innumerable.
We've become a nonprofit organization, and we're hoping that the arts community will help us with funding our next community-wide read. In addition, we're looking to the arts groups to read the books that are selected and to help in the selection, to attend our events and to participate in book discussions and other events.
The community has been the conduit for this to work. I mean, when you can stand in a grocery store line and hear people talking about it, or months down the road when a subject comes up and they say, oh, I remember that book, that's what I think undergirds this entire project. We could not do it without our fabulous volunteers, without our sponsors, and without the support of the community in general. Going forward, we would love for more people to friend us on Facebook, only because that's a great way for us to keep the conversation going in the off years. And also, we love to hear from people with regard to books they're reading, suggestions, and it can continue this giant book club even when we're not all reading the book.